For decades, Idi Amin has been portrayed as one of history's most brutal dictators. But what if there's another side to the story, a side the world was never told? In this video, we explore Idi Amin's rise to power, his own justifications for his actions, and how he saw himself not as a villain, but as a hero of Uganda. Idi Amin was born in 1925 in Koboko, in what was then British-controlled Uganda. His family were poor, he herded goats as a boy and never finished school. But he was big, strong, and aggressive. The British colonial army took notice. He joined the King's African Rifles, serving in Burma during World War II. Later, he helped suppress the Mau Mau uprising in Kenya, a campaign marked by torture and executions. The British trained him well how to march, how to fight, how to follow orders. But what they created was not just a soldier, it was a man who would later weaponize power. After Uganda gained independence in 1962, Amin climbed the military ranks. President Milton Obote saw him as a loyal enforcer and promoted him to Major General. But Obote miscalculated. While he was away on a diplomatic trip in 1971, Amin struck. In a swift military coup, Amin seized power. Tanks rolled into Kampala, radio stations played patriotic songs, and Ugandans tired of corruption cheered. They didn't yet know what was coming. At first, Amin charmed the public. He smiled for the cameras, gave out free sugar, promised elections. But behind the scenes, he was eliminating anyone who posed a threat. The army turned on itself. Thousands of soldiers loyal to Obote were executed. Soon after, judges, academics, and journalists began disappearing. Over the next 8 years, an estimated 300,000 people were killed. Bodies filled the Nile. Prisons became slaughterhouses. And Amin ruled unchallenged.
Give us green light. Give us the time to. It's ready. Ready? Go. I won.
In 1972, Amin made a decision that would cripple Uganda's economy. He expelled over 50,000 Asians, many of them Ugandan citizens. They had built businesses, schools, and hospitals, the backbone of the economy. Amin accused them of sabotaging the country and ordered them out within 90 days. Their properties were handed to his loyalists. Factories shut down, food prices soared, and Uganda began to starve not from drought, but from misrule.
I want to see that the whole Kampala street is not full of Indians. It must be proper black, and administration in those shops is run by the Ugandans.
Despite the collapse, Amin remained obsessed with his image. He gave himself grand titles, claimed to have prophetic dreams. He staged press conferences in swimming pools. He sent bizarre letters to Queen Elizabeth and threatened to invade Israel. In 1976, he welcomed Palestinian hijackers to Uganda, who had taken an Air France flight hostage. They landed at Entebbe airport with Amin's support. But in a daring mission, Israeli commandos stormed the airport and rescued the hostages. Amin was humiliated, and the world saw the cracks in his armor.
And strike inside Israel and move people from the whole border towards Israel. I think the situation will be very difficult and very different.
In 1978, desperate to regain control and distract the nation, Amin invaded Tanzania. It was a fatal mistake. Tanzania's army, joined by exiled Ugandan rebels, fought back. They marched into Kampala, and in the 19th of April _79, Amin fled. His regime collapsed almost overnight.
But I have got a very good brain, and even General Diane knows that I am very good field officer.
Amin lived out the rest of his life in luxury, first in Libya, then in Saudi Arabia. He was never tried, never held accountable. He died in 2003 in a hospital bed. Far from the land, he ruled with terror.
Even in France, French volunteer, they are welcome also. But I welcome any volunteer all over the world.
Idi Amin left Uganda in ruins, economically shattered, socially fractured, and haunted by mass graves. Yet his story is not unique. It is a warning, a reminder of what happens when unchecked power, paranoia, and violence rule in place of law and reason. History may bury men like Amin, but it never forgets them. Subscribe for more real stories from history. Comment your thoughts below.